What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a special edition of the House of Nerd Show. It's Monday night live, baby. It's episode 96 and a half.
I like that 96 and a half.
Yeah, I said it's not quite 97. We had episode 96 yesterday, and for those who tuned in, we had a few technical difficulties, man, but Markelin and Keisha held it down. So, I just wanted to shout out my man. I appreciate it. You guys held it down with Fel.
No, it's no problem, man. Me and Keisha was going to get deep into it, man. And Felham was there too. And she told us about how Rogers is a dominant, Rogers is internet in Canada.
Brutal. I seen that. Yeah. I mean, so for those who don't know, my internet went out yesterday in the middle of the show, and then I was trying to connect through my phone, and there was all kinds of craziness. So we couldn't get to everything that we wanted to yesterday. So I said, you know what? Let's go live tonight. Hence the episode 96 and a half, baby. Markelin is back with me, and we're gonna cover what we didn't get to yesterday, which is a proper, New Comic Book Day top 3 week in review. Our Copper Drop poll is already up for you folks. You can go ahead and vote. I believe the Copper Drop choices are Nightwalkers and Zombicide. But we're gonna get to that in just a second. Okay. And then of course, the biggest yesterday was Super Bowl Sunday. The big thing that dropped was the Flash trailer. So we're here excited. We're gonna get into a little bit of Flash trailer reaction, man. Crazy.
For that. I told the back show I saved this Flash reaction trailer, so your timing was serendipitous. And I'm fresh on the Flash trailer, and I've watched like 2 or 3 reactions on it already, so I'm ready.
Okay. So I'm excited to hear what you've got to say, Markelin. Super excited. I want to give a shout out to Tank Kramer from the Spoiler Kings YouTube channel, doing dope things. Thanks for my man. Appreciate it. And we got my main man, MJP, Michael Price. What's going on, big guy? I appreciate you cutting into your reading time to come and hang out with us. Let me know, man. What are you reading tonight, Michael? What's on the top of that to read pile, man? And then I see my boy Carlos just jumped in. Sergio and the crew putting in that work to get the episodes to the people. Hey, my man, you know how we do here.
Sergio on a mission to 100, boy.
The road to 100 soon, man. Soon we're, this is 96 and a half, and then there's only a couple more episodes to 100. So, it's exciting times over here. And then we got my man Deviant Sofiane all the way from France. Bonjour, my man. I hope everything is. Hey, what time are we looking at over there?
That's my first question. What time is it in France?
Ooh, I know it's a good 5 hours ahead, so I want to say it's like 2 a.m. over there right now. Hey, that's why Sofiane is one of the real ones. He's hanging out with us, in the middle of the night. Gonna chop it up with a couple of nerds, man.
No, it's 3:05 a.m. in France. I just looked it up on my phone.
Is it real live?
Oh, you're right. He a real one.
Real one. Sofiane, thank you, my man, for tuning in. And look, my main man, Oscar, what's going on, buddy? I don't know if you saw it. I sent you the link in the Slack, buddy. If you want to hop on right now, we can do the announcement. You can, get on and we can let the fine folks know what we got cooking at the House of Nerd, my man Oscar. So the link is in the Slack channel. Okay. Frank, yo, what's going on, baby? I know you're here to talk some comics, some nerd shit, some Flash trailer. Thank you for coming through, man. I think we're all hype after that dope trailer. And he's saying, yeah, it's 3 a.m. Yesterday I streamed for 7 hours. Yo, so I see, the streams you're doing, and I pop into YouTube, and you're already like an hour or 2 deep, and then I go in, and then you're 5 hours deep. I mean, it's crazy. This guy's a machine, man.
Man, that's a marathon stream. I think you and I did 3 hours one day. We were like, dang, how do we do it?
I know. I was after those 3 hours. I said I was cooked. So I don't know how Devin is doing 7 hours. That's wild, man. So MJ is telling us he's catching up on 10,000 feathers and Little Monster.
He's showing that Jeff Lemire love because I finished 10,000 feathers and Little Monsters. A new issue of Little Monsters came out this week, and I think it was in my top 10. So yeah,
you know what, man? I fell so behind on that one, Marklin, that like I think I'm only on issue.
And you know what? For Little Monsters, for me, Sergio, I think what drew me to it. I'm a Lemire stan now. I'll admit that. I fell in love with his work on Animal Man during the New 52, which everybody hates now. But Animal Man was one of the best books that came out of New 52, and that's when I became a Jeff Lemire stan. And then I think during the pandemic, I discovered his Black Hammer books, which kind of led me more his independent work. And apparently, the team on Little Monsters, the team that did Ascender and Descender, which are like vastly popular, which I've never touched, is on my to read list. But I said, you know what? I'm gonna get this Little Monsters now. I'm gonna be on top of that.
Yeah. And that's the thing, man. I gotta catch up. Like you said, man, it's amazing, but like the amount of content that Jeff Lemire drops, like how much work between Black Hammer and his creator-owned stuff and like his big tools. It's incredible, man. I don't know how he does it.
Hey, man, you gotta get that check, man. I mean, and Sweet Tooth is his too, right? That became a Netflix show, so you get that check right there.
Yep.
So you want to make them checks, you gonna keep on writing.
Frank saying Monarch was solid. Hey, buddy. So
thank you, Frank.
I was the lone dissenter yesterday.
Sergio's like, I don't know about Monarch. It didn't grab me. But what your concern was valid. He's like, he looks like a little kid that takes me to the store, and after that, forever until I see something that Chip Zdarsky Batman falling from the moon, that took me out of that. Like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I get that now. When you see something in the book like this doesn't make any sense, I'm not following it.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah. So, but Marklin and Keisha, they had high praise for Monarch. For me it was a mixed bag. Like I said, I thought the art and the narration direction was like it was jarring, is a little bit contradictory. But we all decided we said we're gonna continue to cop it. And we'll see where it goes. I'm gonna give Ronnie Barnes the chance to let's finish up the arc at least, maybe.
Yeah, but like I said, I know you said number 2, but I think we may be talking to finishing the arc. And if you finish the arc, we'll leave you alone unless you did that.
Fair enough, my man. Fair enough. And then yes, the return of Swamp Thing. Speaking of Lemire, next week. That's exciting, man. That's exciting. The hiatus was, I think, a year. I think it's just a little bit more. Like it's wild, yeah. And then that was because the artist he had some health issues. So folks, we're gonna get right into it. The Flash talk coming in just a little bit, but before we do that, like I said, we want to be able to cover the stuff that we couldn't get to yesterday. So let's get into the carpet drop. Let me get this banner down. You know what it is. Here we go. Copper drop, baby. You know what it is. The poll is already up for you guys to vote. So this week we're doing a little bit of normally we go with the issue number 1s. But I said let's go with some issue number 2s, both from Source Point Press, indie small publisher. The first one being Nightwalkers. Nightwalkers is from horror maestro Colin Bunn. On art is Joe Baccardo. On colors, Cullen Johnson, and letters Justin Birch. Now, I've read issue number 1, and for those who are not familiar, it's about it's like a group home, but for like addicts. Okay,
right.
Out in the wilderness, in the middle of nowhere, and it centers around the main character. Her name is Serene. All of a sudden, one night, all the staff, they disappear. They lock in these recovering addicts, and they're attacked by this bloodthirsty monster. Um, but the thing is, so going into this, I had the impression that it was a like a vampire story.
Okay.
And I don't want. I mean, we're gonna. I don't want to spoil it too much, but I don't know that they're necessarily vampires. I think it's some kind of other type of creature, monster. I'm not sure. But listen, issue number 1 was a dope debut. Atmospheric. I love the art. You can check out the art here, man. I think Joe Picardo really did his thing along with Colin Johnson, and the colors, man. Ooh, you know,
I mean,
really,
that
really
color,
stood up.
especially, man, that color, that toned, it's not necessarily a gray, but it's toned down. And
Yeah,
that red's making that red pop,
that's what I love, man. They add like a tint,
Mhm.
to a lot of it. This tint, yeah, like you said, like a red gray or something, and then just those uses of the reds really, really popping. So that's the first pick. The next pick, another Source Point Press joint. This one is Zombicide, Day 1, number 2, issue number 2. I also had the chance to check out the debut issue, and this one's just a whole lot of fun. Zombie apocalypse. They get right into it. Nothing too crazy, nothing too deep. Featuring some really, I love the art in this, man. Vibrant pops, and the lines, they're just clean, man. And what I also appreciate about this is kind of this world that they've created. There's not a lot of empty spaces. One of my pet peeves, Marklin,
What's
is
one
like
of your pet
when
peeves, man?
panels, they're like empty in the background, but
Okay.
we don't really get any of this. Like you can see here, all the panels are busy. Um, so they did, shout out to the art team, Alessio Moroni and Marco Itri on colors, Paolo Francescuro. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And this one's written from Stefano Viatti and Luca Enoch. So apparently, folks on the timeline were telling me, Martin, that this is based on a game.
Yeah, I'm reading that now. Is it
Yeah.
a tabletop game, a tabletop RPG? I think it is.
I'm not
So,
I'm not too sure, to be honest. I think it might be like a tabletop RPG. Um
and
so
see, that's what I love about House of Nerd, man.
Mhm.
We always talk about different things on House of Nerd. Like yesterday, we are talking about Gundam, and
Mhm.
big stuff. Today, we're talking about tabletop RPGs, man. That's the
Yep.
brilliance of the House of Nerd, man. We go many directions.
That's it, my man. Everything, all encompassing, man. All the nerddom, man. We try to touch on a little bit of everything. So yes, so those are the two choices, folks. Again, Nightwalkers number 2, Zombicide number 2. They're both dropping this Wednesday for New Comic Book Day. Go ahead and vote. The poll is up now, and then at the end of the episode, we'll tally that up and see which book we're gonna pick up.
I'm curious about this,
Wednesday.
man, because I'm a Colin Bunn stan as well. He's
Mhm.
on my list, and Colin Bunn, you're talking about Jeff Lemire. Colin Bunn has been a prolific writer. I mean, and he was with all the companies. I mean, he was at Boom, he was at Image, he was at Dark Horse. I think I first discovered his work when he was doing Sinestro for DC Comics, and then he did Magneto for Marvel Comics. And I
That was
think
a
he may
while
have
back, eh?
yeah, and I think he may have had a run on X-Men too. He may have, or maybe I know he did the Fearless Defenders
Yeah.
for Marvel at one point. I'm on his Discord too. I mean, and he got a whole bunch of stuff he didn't even put out yet.
Oh,
Like
really, eh?
yeah, he's always talking.
Yeah.
I got this project going. I got this project going. I'm like, God dang.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, man. Like for sure. I just see some of those books that you mentioned. I didn't even know he did like X-Men run and then that's
Like I said,
wild,
I'm not
man.
sure about the X-Men run, but
Yeah.
I know he did Magneto, and his
See, I didn't know
Magneto was
that.
fire.
Okay.
His Magneto was fire. I do remember that.
Okay.
And he did Sinestro, and his Sinestro was fire. And I'm like, God dang.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's what happens for me a lot of times. I'll see these guys on mainstream stuff, and I'll follow them when they go back and do independent stuff, you know.
He's an OG, man. He's an OG. And right now, quick little update. Nightwalker's in the lead with 62% of the vote, 38% for Zombicide. It's a tough one. Like Deviant says here, those covers are very nice. Art is really nice. Difficult choice. And hey, listen. Wow. Okay, Deviant, you're gonna talk with Rodney Barnes next week. Hey, congratulations, man. You know I'll be tuning in, Deviant. You know I'll be tuning in. Congrats on that.
We need to share that link and tell Rodney Barnes that the House of Nerds says hello.
Absolutely. Let Mr. Rodney Barnes know that we said hello. And please, Deviant, feel free to tag us. Let us know. We don't want to miss that. I don't want to miss that, man. Congratulations, man. You're doing big things on your channel, man. Michael saying that Regression by Bun is amazing. That's one of his joints that I haven't read, Mike. I haven't checked it out, but I heard
I read Regression. I mean, I got so much Bun content. I've lost track of it. I think my favorite Bun thing though probably was Lucky Devil. I think Dark Horse may have put that out.
Yeah, that was Dark Horse.
Okay, yeah, I really enjoyed that, and I forgot the book he had for Boom, but that was really good too. I want to say it was called Chimera. It wasn't called Chimera.
Yeah, the Boom book. It came out 2021. I want to say.
Yeah, it just finished, but it was really good. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, for sure. I think Mike, if I'm not mistaken, Regression, that's an Image title, right? That's an Image title, but yeah, I've heard apparently it's supposed to be critically acclaimed run book. Just haven't had the chance, man. I almost pulled the trigger. They had a nice little set, but I didn't end up getting it.
No, the last thing I read by Bun I enjoyed was like it's kind of like Creepshow or Curiosity. It's a horror anthology, and I posted a lot on this on Twitter too. I was like, God damn, because I mean, it was just people just got. I was like, man, this is. I mean, Bun is. I mean, he's a horror. He's a horror goat at this point. It was a horror book, especially around horror season, or as my ex-girlfriend called it, spooky season.
Yeah, I dig it. Spooky season. That's it. So yeah. And okay, he's confirming. Yeah, it's Image. Okay. Yeah, we might have to do that next year in October for our spooky season readings. And then Deviant saying, yes, of course, I'll tell him hi for you guys. Thank you so much. And Oscar, I did see your message. If you're listening, buddy, 10 p.m. works. So I'll save that. 10 p.m. works, my man. Oh, look, yo. Who's this? Who we got popping into the live chats? Damn, okay. There's Ms. Aldana.
Ew, what's up?
Ms. Aldana, I haven't seen her in a minute. What's going on?
What's on her vacation?
Yeah, she's doing her thing, man. So thank you. Welcome to the House of Nerd live chats, man. It's good to see you, yo. I hope all is well, man. Hope you're not falling apart. What do we have next, my man? Oh yes, I did want to cover our weekend review real quick. Let me pull that up. Here we go, folks. You know what it is. We're talking about our favorite reads of the week. First up, How I Became a Shoplifter, number 1. This joint is from Sumerian Comics, formerly Behemoth Comics.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
Yeah, it was weird. They went
like Sumerian is now, or Behemoth had become Sumerian. I learn something every day on House of Nerd.
Yeah, as well, man. So Behemoth, they got bought out by Sumerian Records. I think they're like a punk pop type label.
Okay.
So they're now under the Sumerian imprint. In any case, they're still releasing dope indie joints. And this one here, folks, is written by Tom Brayfogle, on art Daniel Hilliard, on art Jimmy Kujak, Gabriel Falzone, Jordi Perez, on colors Antonio Fabella, Dijo Lima, Chris Peter, on letters Becca Carey, and friend of the house Hassan Otzman El How. And the reason there's so many different creators on this is it's three mini stories, all right, all featuring the same set of characters though. And this is something of a kind of teenage shenanigans type of coming of age story, I guess you could say, but definitely skewing on the older adult size. And okay, here, yeah, you're trying to distract me on the lives here. Must have forgotten the invite. I guess so. You didn't get that mail? You didn't get that mail? I sent it overnight.
Elle always has a place.
Oh, man. But it's good to see you, man. How's your little break going, bro? she told me after the 2 months running the show, she says, I can't take it no more, bro. I said, yo, I'm out for February. But it's cool. It's cool. Yeah, I do love. So the cover on the right is
exactly. Well, we talked about yesterday. I said this book has an askew view Kevin Smith vibe, and I was a fan of those Clerks movies, Clerks, Dogma. Chasing Amy is my favorite. And of course the Jay and Silent Bob movie. But that's that cover right there, and even me reading it, that's the vibe I got. Like I said, it didn't make my buy list, but I did see it. I did look through it, and I'm like, yeah, I'm familiar with this. This feels like home. That's what I thought.
Which was a trip when you said that yesterday. You made that comment without even seeing this cover. Is that right?
I did. I didn't see this cover.
That's wild. So like clearly that's like the vibe is putting out there, which yeah, I mean it's cool. And I think Keisha mentioned yesterday the one where she described this book is hilarious, and it really is. Yeah. This one was a whole lot of fun, folks. It had me legit like laughing out loud. So this first story is basically,
and even when they use words like chode, I'm like, okay, I'm immediately taken back.
Yeah, definitely from the perspective of a young white male camaraderie brothership here. But yeah, so this first story is about a brother who's basically out to get revenge on his asshole of a brother, bully, getting beat up and this and that. And the way they go about getting revenge on him is pretty fucking funny, man. I don't want to, again, all these stories, they're short enough that we can only tell you so much without really getting into spoiler territory. Right. But I tell you, I was laughing. I love the art on this one, again, clean lines, just colorful, vibrant. And I don't have the panel, I don't think, but I think it's this story that features. I'm a sucker. You know what I love, Michael? It's just a good old shot of like a chaotic, messy bedroom, right? Like a widescreen panel type deal.
See, Sergio, you're a devil in the details type of person. That's what you want to see it. Like I want to see everything in this scene like it was real, like it was real life. I want to see everything.
That's it, man. That's it. And what's cool, what's fun is throughout the book they feature a lot of like pop culture mid-90s Easter eggs or references. So whole lot of fun. Second story is entitled Ethan's Secret. Again, another pretty hilarious story. And I will say, I won't spoil without spoiling it. I'll say that it involves the insane clown posse, which apparently I'm vaguely familiar with them, but apparently they were pretty big back in the day. I won't give you too much more than that. And then the last story in this first issue, this one lettered by Hassan, colors Chris Peter, on pencils is Jordi Perez. It's probably probably one of the scary ones. So if you see here, the parents are telling the kids, basically they found a photo, and you find out later on what is happening in the photo. But I'm sitting here and it took me back because I had a similar,
really
too much information, but I had a similar scare when I was young. Back in the day, we couldn't just print them ourselves, man. We had to take it to a shop, and then oh man,
oh yeah, we talked about that. The old, but you can still do that, but it ain't the way it used to be. Like when I was a kid, you had those well, shoot, I think I'm of that age, where you remember those disposable cameras? Do they still make those? Okay, so you would get a disposable camera, you take all these photos and you would turn it in, but you didn't know what you had until you got the photos back. Like, oh man.
Yeah. I don't think back when I was like those age of shenanigans, I don't think we had the disposable cameras back then. If they did, I definitely didn't know about it, but would have come in handy. That's for sure. So how I became a shoplifter, super hilarious. Sumerian comics, check it out. I feel like it's a must cop. It's only Teenage Wasteland. I won't spend too much time on this one. You guys have heard me talk about it a whole lot. This is one of my favorite miniseries right now. Issue number 1 was a top 5 debut issue for me last year. This one's stupid funny, and again, I like how Marklin put it. The devil's in the details, man. And what Jacoby kind of he throws in there these little funny things that you might not pick up if you kind of just skimming over, but this one is cool. It's a sci-fi mix of teenage drama, and the mysteries is beginning to unravel. And by the end of this issue, we see who this bright one is, this mysterious one who's kind of leading this gang of survivors in what we think is the future, right? So they reveal there's some kind of a time distortion thing going on. So really cool. Jacoby's art and Mark Dale's colors. I love him, man. Check this one out. Must cop.
I would agree. I think it's only Teenage Wasteland. I read that first issue, and what I liked the most about it was the heart on that. Because you thought it was one thing, like it's a coming age story, and then this thing happens in the end. Like, wait a minute, and it kind of leaves you hanging, because it's an old '90s movie. Can't Hardly Wait. That's what I was thinking about when I was reading Teenage Wasteland. This reminds me of that movie, Can't Hardly Wait, where the boy's like, I gotta go and let this girl know that I love her and I've loved her all these years and all this kind of stuff.
Okay.
And he got like a friend, like, it's any teenage movie, basically. You got somebody who's loving this girl, and then the friends like egging him on, and you got somebody that's popular, and but it had a lot of heart in it, and then this disaster happened.
And that's what made that issue number 1 so great, man. Frank chiming in here. If there were cameras back in the day, some of us might be in prison. Man, listen, Frank. I got stories, bro. Definitely, man. Definitely.
Shoot,
I dodged a couple bullets, man. I'll say that much.
Hey, man. Yeah. I got younger siblings. I be telling them, man, don't use social media as your diary. It'll come back on you.
Absolutely. Oh man, you're telling me. And then finally, guys, I just realized I didn't change the banner there. Finally, Harrower number 1 from Boom Studios, written by Justin Jordan. On art is Bram Ravel. On letters, Pat Brassau. This one was cool. But as I said it yesterday, and I think it bears repeating, because when you start to read this, it is very much a familiar premise, at least initially, at least in issue number 1. You're in this small town, and the parents in the town, they're kind of hiding this secret, this almost supernatural, Freddy Krueger / maybe something else is killing the children in this town.
I like that place. Something is killing the children.
Right. So I got like Nightmare on Elm Street-ish vibes on this slasher. This is a slasher.
Yeah, I got Michael Myers more, especially since we finished this Halloween trilogy, and I'm like, that's a whole separate. Like, I think the second one, Halloween Kills, is probably one of the greatest Halloween movies because Michael Myers is ganking everybody, and this is what beat out How I Became a Teenage Shoplifter. This right here. I haven't had enough money between this and that.
Okay.
And this panel you're showing right now is what led me to go ahead and buy it. Because when somebody get got in the comic book, I'm like, oh, I got to see what happened to this. And it caught my attention, Sergio, so much I had to go back and reread it again. I'm like, wait a minute, what happened? It's been a long time since I get to come. Let me go back and read this again and what happened to this character, and especially when we get to the ending.
Yeah,
I didn't expect that ending to happen like that.
Okay. So what did you think? Like, so it sounds like you read it twice. What did you think, Mark? What can you tell us about this this book here?
I mean, basically, there's this town that has this celebration, and there's this, mark that gets placed around different parts of town, and it calls out the heroer, who is a killer, because we do see him kill people, but that's basically all we know. And there's some disaster that happened years ago. Like we're seeing the two characters right here, the girl, something happened to her brother and her parents are going to the celebration, but we don't quite know what happened to her brother yet, but we know something happened.
Yeah.
And it happened years ago. And I'm willing to bet the hero got him.
Yeah.
And maybe it could be a teen sacrifice, like we got to sacrifice somebody to the hero every year to save the town. I mean, we don't know what it is yet. We just know it's something.
Exactly. We don't know what it is yet. So the villain is this kind of supernatural entity who goes by, the townspeople call him the Herer. So yeah, again, a lot of super familiar tropes, story elements. Even in this scene here, this scene here. You know what it reminded me of? This blonde guy here. Mm-hmm. It reminded me of Scream. You kind of got the silly boyfriend.
That's a good callback too, especially since we have a new Scream ready to come out this year too.
Yeah. So I got a lot of reading this. It reminded me a lot of stuff that's already been done. But like I said yesterday, and I'll say it again, despite that, it was really well done. And it really, I'm definitely copying issue number 2. Put it like that.
I think so too, Sergio. I mean, like I said, I'm a fan of Justin Jordan from Luther Strode. And my local comic store, Sanctum, they had the Luther Strode giant collection edition. I started flipping through that, and then I ended up reading it digitally. And I'm like, man, this is amazing. I can't believe this didn't get more popular than it should have got. And
yeah, I've never heard of that one, to be honest.
I mean, if I had to boil it down to you, basically, remember those old comic book ads you see, hey, are you tired of being the weakling who gets pushed over and stuff like that? Well, the main character orders this thing to help him get strong, and he gets stronger than he thought he could get before, and it just goes wild, becomes like an adventure,
Yeah. Okay.
But it's incredibly violent.
And then you said that one came out originally on Comixology?
No, I didn't read it on Comixology, I think.
Oh, okay.
But Justin Jordan put that out years ago. I mean, and I think it took him years to finish it too. And I think I hit him on Twitter about it. He's like, "Yeah, thanks for appreciate that. I appreciate that."
Hey, that's dope, man. Okay, so I'm gonna have to check that one out, my man.
Yeah.
So, Herer, definitely check that one out. I haven't seen, to be honest, too many people talking about it. So I feel like it's a little under the radar.
And this is from Boom too, right? Charles Atlas. That's what it was. The Charles Atlas ads. I just saw Brian posted that. That's what it used to be.
Okay, thanks, Brian. Right on. Okay, Charles Atlas. Okay, so check it out, folks. Boom, bringing the heat always. That's our weekend review, man. And why we came here. We wanna talk the Flash trailer, man, which I think is on the tip of everybody's tongue. Crazy debuted yesterday, Super Bowl. I missed the halftime show, man. I was on the road. I was stuck on the road, man. Oh, man. How was it?
I enjoyed the halftime show. I'm sure my girlfriend enjoyed it more, And I know my sister did, because my sister's a big Rihanna fan. So
okay.
And of course, I'm sure you saw the number one trending search was, is Rihanna pregnant? Because I was downstairs, went to my girlfriend's father's house, and so I was down there with him and the fellas watching it while she and the ladies were upstairs. And even if it was like, man, is Rihanna pregnant again? You know, is she? And it turns out she was pregnant again.
Okay.
There you know, go. So ASAP Rocky is a lucky dude. You know,
it's ASAP's.
It better be ASAP's fault. We know it's ASAP. She had the first one.
You know what? I don't keep up with that stuff. My bad, man.
I mean, you know, he don't kind of looked into it. But what I love most about Rihanna, and I put it social media because some people are complaining, it's like, it was boring. She didn't go through a lot of costume changes. You know, she was lip syncing. I'm like, man, the chick is elevated in the air and she like pregnant. See, like frankly, some people are saying that. You know, I'm on the fence. You know, I've seen Rihanna perform live in concert, and I can tell you, she didn't do as much as she did live in concert. But now that I know she's pregnant, I'm like, well, that's probably why. You know.
Okay, so Frank's might not be so much of a hot take. He's saying the halftime show is trash.
I mean, what I've seen is 50-50. Some people love it, and some people are like, you know, I could have did without it. But I will say this much: I have to give Rihanna credit because, you know, as soon as she finished line, she was out and she flying back to her island wherever she lived because she's just so unbothered now because she's like basically she didn't have to work no more, Sergio.
You don't care, yeah.
Off of that 50 Savage, she's a billionaire. She's like, I don't have to perform music ever again.
She's laughing.
I'm just doing it for y'all.
Yeah, she's laughing. Brian Crystal saying, I was watching the Puppy Bowl with the kid in halftime show. Hey, how come I never heard about this, Michael? We were talking about yesterday. We need the puppy and the kitten, you know, content. You know, we need somebody.
Right. That's our feel good stuff, man. You know. Yeah. You know, when sometimes you worry about the state of the world, you know, go watch some puppies.
Honestly, man, I need that shit, man, because, you know, too much. There's a lot of serious things going on right now. That's quick to get kind of sucked into, man. But I digress. You know what? It's about that time for the House of Nerd News Network. Here we go, man. Here we go. We're here today. Hey.
Breaking news.
Okay, one more time. One more time. Why not? Let me go find the correct video. We're here today to talk the Flash. Let me find it. Can I find it?
You need to find it, man.
Yeah. There we go. Keaton Batman 89 baby's back. Wow.
Yes, wow. Sir.
There's so much to kind of really go over, so many scenes. You blink, you can miss it. But I think for me the biggest one, being an 89 fan, is that Keaton's back, man. And we're getting a good look at the updated 89 Batsuit. What are you thinking, bud?
Man, I'm thinking most people, I ain't gonna say most people, a lot of people are going to see this movie just because they want to see Michael Keaton as Batman. I mean, everybody has said, you know, especially, you know, and I think the consensus was, you know, we heard he was going to be in this movie, like we heard he was going to be in Batgirl. You see how, you know, WB Warner Brothers fumbled the ball on that Batgirl thing, you know. And I was thinking he's going to be like a Batman Beyond kind of, I'm here and I'm navigating, but you know, he's actually like fighting in this movie. I'm like, okay, Michael Keaton putting in that work, you know.
Hey, but Keaton's been putting in the work since '89, man. You know, throwing bat grenades at the bad guys and shit. You know, but he's a Batman who kills, so we know he's gonna do this thing. Yeah. And yo, check out this dope flash ring. Let me rewind that. Just like
I mean, that flash ring was dope, and I did peep that trailer. I was like, oh man, that's fire.
That's super fire. I said, yo, I gotta get me one of those. I gotta get like a replica.
Oh, man, you know what, Sergio? I didn't even think about it, but now I want one.
100%. That's a must cop. Shout out to the Fresh Princess. You just missed our Super Bowl halftime talk. According to Frank, my man, he said that it was trash. Shout out to Live Shop. Hey, thank you so much for coming through. I appreciate checking out the House of Nerd. Hope you enjoy the content, man. Yeah, you know, the Flash of Two Worlds. So we can see here this is a type of adaptation of a Flashpoint in this particular movie. It looks like
but also an adaptation of the Flash of Two Worlds, and that was an actual comic book, you know, where Barry Allen crossed over and met the original Flash, Jake Garrick, you know.
Yes, I love it. A classic storyline, man.
You know, and I think they're playing. You know, I didn't expect that either, Soldier. I did not expect for Ezra Miller to be playing two versions of Barry Allen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm like, okay, that surprised me. Keaton being actual in the bat suit fighting surprised me, and Ezra Miller playing two versions of Barry Allen surprised me. And I see the suit has been improved too.
So this is what I wanted to say. Like, I didn't think so. This is the new 52 Flash suit.
Mm-hmm.
Like the initial, leaks that we got like a while back, it didn't look too impressive. But like seeing it here, I feel like they're pulling it off, man. Like it's looking fire, yo.
Right.
Especially in action, I think.
You got these still photos too, man. I watched it. Yeah. Those nice little still photos.
Oh, I had to scour the internet. Yeah, man. Like dummy hype. Yeah, keys to everything. Saying so hype for this movie. Hype, my man. Hype is not even the word. It's just like wow, like dummy impressed by this. I was like, I need this now. I need this now. Like
I mean, to the point. It's June 16th. I marked the date. I think I'm like, all right, because we've heard this James Gunn. I hear two different things. Like, James Gunn's like, this is the best Flash movie, the best Superman movie since what, Dark Knight. He said that, or it's been said that he agreed with it.
Yeah.
But then people are like, why are they resetting everything? Why is none of this stuff gonna matter? But I think I just want to see it because I'm like, I want to see if it lives up to the hype now.
Listen, yeah, the Gunn said one of the greatest superhero movies ever. Hey, those are big words, man.
I was surprised by this. See what you got up right now. Zod is back. I did not expect that either. I'm like, man.
No, listen. I think there's a lot to be hype about. From what we've seen from the trailer, and for me, I don't know. Like the fact that Zod is back, I love Zod. I love his portrayal in Man of Steel. I think he's like a G, like the best villain we've seen in comic book. His performance was dope. So
I think Michael did a good job. I mean, but the original Zod, Terrence Stamps, kneel before me, son of Jor-El, kneel before Zod, and this guy, he took it to a whole nother level, his physicality in Man of Steel. And people still be hating on Man of Steel, like, Man of Steel is I think Man of Steel is a good movie.
Yeah. So Brian here saying Keaton is the only reason that people are going to see The Flash, but that might get enough butts into seats to make it a success. I think it's fair to say a lot of people they're absolutely hyped for Batman in that, myself included. I think initially that was my big, what sold it for me. But then there's so much like we got Batfleck in the blue and gray suit, you got Zod,
yeah,
right? And you're gonna see coming up in a set we got Supergirl. And I don't know if you caught it. So this is where they're pulling from the Flashpoint storyline, Margolin, is rather than have it being Superman, like locked up underground,
right.
Jailed up. They showed it was a brief scene, but it's Kara.
I saw that. I saw it.
Yeah, so she's the one incarcerated, and they release her. So just like so much going on, like I said.
I mean, I'm pleasantly surprised to see that Ben Affleck is going to be in this movie because I thought he had basically given up Batman.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was actually probably one of my favorite Batmans. There she goes.
That's it. And Brian, this is absolutely fair. A lot of the CGI looks really janky because even in some of these stills, but a lot of the stills that you're gonna find online, the CGI looks unfinished. But I'm okay with that right now because I know they still got like 3 or 4 months, to polish it. And that's a lot of times with these big tentpole trailers for comic book movies, the CGI is unfinished. But hopefully they clean it up and here this is what I'm talking about here. Zod and Supergirl.
Which I don't think I've ever seen that in any comic. I don't think I've ever seen Zod and Supergirl lay hands on each other. So I'm excited for this.
Amen. This I'm telling you right now, Marklin, this is a first night. This is a day one watch for me, like
I
no
mean,
question.
I definitely agree. Day one, yeah. I mean,
Yeah. You know why? Because also too, people are gonna spoil like crazy because there's so much. Keys to everything saying Man of Steel does not deserve to get it.
yes, yes,
That Dragon
absolutely.
Ball Z type fight between Soups and Zod was unreal. Hey, listen, Keys, I'm bringing this man on right now. First of all, the the Zod Superman fight in Man of Steel, like one of the best action sequences,
Exactly.
just ridiculous. Yeah, I love the Battle of Smallville where he's fighting Zod's generals, right?
Mm-hmm.
The soldiers. I love Man of Steel. I mean, me personally, that's probably if it's my favorite comic book movie. So,
I mean, I can see that. Man of Steel gets hate because people get mad about the ending of it. Which I'm
yeah,
like, if you read John Burns
yeah,
run on Superman, you know where they got that from.
yeah. Yeah, and I'm absolutely with Brian on this one. I have an almost irrational love for Man of Steel. Hey, I just said probably my favorite comic book movie of all time,
Y'all
man.
gonna make me watch Man of Steel tonight. I think it's on HBO Max. I'm gonna have to go back and look
Let's
at it
do it.
again, man.
Let's do it. Let's do it, bud. What's Frank saying here? Wonder if Zod wins and if the Flash is forced to reboot Earth. Yeah. You know what? My biggest question maybe coming out of this will be is and I think I had it up in one of the slides. Will Supergirl be the DCU's Woman of Tomorrow, right? In the just announced new DCU slate.
You know what? And I've seen people talk about it. People like, well, none of this is gonna matter. They be like, this is not gonna matter. Aquaman's not gonna matter. Blue Beetle's not gonna matter. I think James Gunn is hedging his bets. I think he's like, I'm allowing this stuff or this stuff is being allowed to come out because we know they can stop something from coming out at this point. We know that for a fact. And Ezra Miller has been problematic and he's still allowing this to come out. I think they're hedging their bets. Like, if this movie is successful and does what they need to do, I think you might see Keaton back in a Batman movie and you might see Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. You might see it. If this movie is popular enough, it might all pop out.
Okay. I'm hoping.
Because I mean, all we know he's doing this first phase with Gods and Monsters. That's all we know he's doing right now.
Yeah.
But we don't know what comes next.
Shout out, Michael MJP. Hey, listen, let me bring him on. I just saw you.
Yeah.
I just saw you. Yo, it's my main man, Chill.
Hey.
What's going on, big homie? What do you say?
I think that this isn't meaningless just because it's gonna reference like the Ben Affleck stuff. So the prior, I guess, since Man of Steel to now, that will matter. So that's cool. It's a reset, and it's gonna be very integral to knowing why we're gonna see a new Superman in 2025. Check it out. Here's his reset. Now, whether or not Supergirl will be used again, nah, man, it'll be a blonde Supergirl.
You think
keep the actress change her hair color, maybe?
You think it'll be a traditional?
We'll see how popular she is. I think Gunn's open to the possibilities, and I mean, the only reason you're having a reset of Superman because that's what Gunn wants for some strange reason. Because everybody seems to love Henry Cavill, but DC or Warner Brothers. They're the only ones who don't seem to love him.
I would have never used Henry Cavill just because it's my chance to do something brand new. Why am I going to stick with a 39-year-old where, physique is important for Superman? Where I plan to go for a really long time. Yeah. And do I want a 49-year-old Superman in 10 years? No.
Hey, but listen, look at The Rock. The Rock's like 50, bro.
Rock is an exception, and he's a pro wrestler, and that's fine for one.
Joe Pocket asking, who's directing the Flash movie?
It's the guy that did It, right?
Yes.
It's the person who did It.
Yep.
Yeah.
His name I couldn't tell you.
But it is the guy on my IMDb right now.
There you go. Frank saying Reeves Superman also kills Zod, but nobody. Hey, that's a good point.
Andy Muschietti, that's who directed it.
Andy Muschietti. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, bud.
Because we didn't. But to Frank's point, we didn't actually perception as a kid, like, oh, well, they just fell down the hole. I didn't realize through the adult, like, Christopher Reeve straight killed these people.
Yeah. Brian saying, I'm still pissed that we're not getting Thomas Wayne Batman. That was the most ruthless, thugged out alternate universe Batman ever. Hey, listen, how dope would it have been to see what's his name, buddy who plays Negan as
Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Yeah.
Yes. Whoa, for real. Like just like he said, like he put it, like a ruthless vato, like just like a cold blood Batman. Like that would have been.
We already
sick.
saw him play comedian in Watchmen, which is kind of a playoff of that.
A little bit, yeah. That's absolutely fair, for sure. And Deviant saying, I don't think so for Supergirl and Keaton because of changes to the movie we heard about. I think, Mark, and I think was it you who just said, I think if people resonate with this Supergirl enough, Sasha Calle will. I think they'll almost be pressured to, man. I hope they don't go with the traditional.
I want to believe in that, Sergio. I do, but
yeah,
the way there was so much pressure on them about this Batgirl movie that was already basically done.
What pressure? They're like, Henry Cavill pressure? What pressure? Zack Snyder pressure? What pressure?
Well, you're right. It wasn't Zack Snyder, but it was outrage. It was outrage. I heard enough about it to be aware of it. But you're right.
Yeah.
It wasn't Snyderverse pressure. I agree with it.
What's going on there?
Clutching that mic because my mic stand isn't the same. It kind of broke off at the bottom.
Yeah? Oh man. Okay. We're starting to GoFundMe. You stand?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Hey, listen, man. Listen, but so let me ask you, Chill. What's your biggest takeaway from the Flash trailer? Because there's a whole lot going on.
Well, I'm Batman. It was just there was an understanding here that this is what fans want to see, and it was rewarding for all of you old timers, all of us who've checked out every single movie before. That was the biggest takeaway. I'm Batman. They slowed it down. We're waiting for it with anticipation. Will he do it or not? He gives the line. All right, that's what this is. Fan service. Positive. Good.
Hey, listen, man. I'm not. I geeked out. Legit. I was like, shh. When he said the line, I'm Batman. I said, okay. It's a Thursday night. It's a day one thing. 100%, man. Are you gonna watch it opening weekend? Because I know you definitely. I feel like you skew more towards Marvel and stuff, right? So, like, what does this do for you, as maybe not primarily a DC fan? Does it make you want to like go to the theaters and?
It does.
Yeah? Okay.
That's right. And yeah, probably on a Thursday. This is more so this than for Ant-Man. I still did not purchase a ticket for Ant-Man. I'm not gonna not see it. I know I'm gonna see it, but it's just I didn't want to prioritize that for Thursday. I'm good. Like I can go on Friday, I can go on Saturday. I'm good.
I think you already kind of know what's going. I mean, we're going to see Ant-Man. We kind of know because the running joke is, Kang is going to mollywop Ant-Man pretty much the whole movie.
It's going to be multiple Ant-Mans. There's going to be multiple Kangs, and there's going to be multiple people dying, and that don't really mean anything. Nothing will stick. All right.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna watch it though.
Frank, I said as much when they announced that they're keeping a separate line of Elseworlds film. This was the first one that I said this is what I want to see is Red Sun. I think I actually said it on last week's episode, man. They need to. It's an iconic. I think the DC fans will go ham over that. And Deviant brings up a good point. So listen, he's saying, honestly, I don't like Ezra as the Flash. He's nothing like Barry Allen, but I have to admit the trailer made me hyped for this movie. And I'm seeing a lot of similar discourse. Obviously everybody knows what's all the shenanigans he's been up to, and there's some serious stuff actually, but
allegations,
that's fair, absolutely, my man. But nobody's talking about that, right? Or the majority of people, they're just saying we want to see this film. So the trailer did its job. That's what it's supposed to do. And like I just asked Deviant, as maybe someone who's not really invested in DC is going to get him in on the first night. So it's a win. They came out with a big W on this. And we got Liv Shaw asking, do you think we'll see Keaton's Batman interact with Affleck and Fingers?
I'm with you. I would love to see that.
I think it's gonna be one of those, like, I don't know. When Cap picked up, Thor's hammer, like one of those moments that you're gonna hear people just like, okay, we're tripping nerd balls here. You know what I'm saying? Like, Batfleck and 89 Keaton, like, yeah, they have some kind of an action sequence together teaming up. I hope so. I don't know.
Oh man, that'd be amazing, especially because Batfleck is known to punish people, as evidenced by Batman versus Superman. He was putting that pounding on folks.
Share my screen for a second. I want to show you the difference between the Ezra Miller shenanigans and how mainstream that is compared to what's been Amber Heard's shenanigans. The Google Trends can show you how much times people are entering this as a search term just to figure things out.
Wow.
And Amber Heard is in blue. And here's Ezra Miller, where he kind of peaked in April. Maybe this would be the peak here in June. But no, at the entire trial, Amber Heard has been way more prevalent as a search term on Google than Ezra Miller has ever been.
That's wild. That's like night and day. Yeah, that's actually pretty surprising, man.
It's not that mainstream, like to you and me. Like we're in this space and like we report on each of them.
We hear it all the time. You're right.
And it's not to the masses though.
That's wild. So that could be another thing. Is like most people, they don't even know about all of that stuff. They're just seeing adult Flash trailers, so they don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I find it serendipitous that the trailer comes out 1 week after the season premiere of the Flash CD, the final season of the season premiere of the Flash on CW. So it's like, we got your Flash fix once the show is finished. Because I think it's an abbreviated season too on CW. I think they're only doing 12 episodes or something like that.
It is, eh? Okay. I mean, probably 12 seasons too long, to be honest. I mean,
I watched season 8 and that was better. And that was much better, But I think they got hurt by a pandemic, writer strike, whatever it is, and they got their mojo back, but it's too late now.
And we got One Shot Comics. Thank you so much for joining us. It's good to see you again. He's saying, as long as we don't see Clooney's nipple Batman suit, hey, you know what? I don't know. I think there's a place for it. Have him in some quick. He's running through the timeline. Through the Speed Force, Barry Allen, and you kind of just see him there in the background or so. I wouldn't mind. Just a little hard nip action going on. Type deal. Why is it that every time Chill's on the show?
Yes, every single time.
I just booked that.
How did you get Chip Zdarsky?
Oh man, that's wild. Y'all some wild boys over here.
So Deviant's responses, they're not in the same timeline, but it's a multiverse thing. Anything can happen, man. Anything can happen.
I mean,
it's unlikely.
I've heard that too. That you might see George Clooney's Batman, and you might see. Well, I hadn't heard any mention of Val Kilmer's Batman, but because I think Val Kilmer is he well now? Because I know he was in Top Gun, but.
Hey, was I the only one who initially thought that was Bale's Batman when we saw the bat cycle from the back? Oh no,
I heard people talk about that too. They said, "Is this Christian Bale's Batman?"
Oh my god, I couldn't. Mark, before it was confirmed that was Batfleck, I was like, "There's no way." How they? But so it's not. So I got hyped for nothing. But yeah, There's like I said, so much to kind of just unwrap from this. And what is the release? June 12th?
June 16th, isn't it?
June 16th? Oh man. Okay. It's not dude. Frank saying Avatar made over 2 billion. Twitter isn't real. Well, I
know what you mean.
This we know.
In Avatar, I hadn't seen it, but just because I wasn't interested in it doesn't mean that like other people weren't, and that's kind of how it works in this medium. Just because you don't like something, other people won't clamor for it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, you know what? And I just realized. Apologies to my man, Oscar. I don't know if he's there. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Awesome.
Hi.
Hombre. ¿Qué tal?
How's it going?
How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. I don't know how long you were chilling. I know. Chill.
Oh, it's okay. I was enjoying the conversation.
Okay. Hey, let me ask you, man. What are your thoughts on this Flash trailer?
I love it. Yeah, it's like I heard someone mentioned the fan service, but yeah, I think it's like a cool transition to the new project for the DC universe. So I read somewhere that it was like they can do whatever they want and it's going to reset everything. So there's not going to be any consequence or anything. So I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, yeah. We'll see like just how much. I mean, Gunn did use the word reset everything, but I think there will be some elements brought over from like current DCU continuity or whatever you want to call it. How much? How much? I mean, like we know he's bringing over his Peacemaker and his Suicide Squad people, right? So
Yeah.
Right, but I mean, it's not a Peacemaker, isn't it? Didn't we talk about this last time? So it's not Peacemaker, it's actually Waller using the Peacemaker people.
Yeah, yeah. So the focus is on the Waller series, but he did say that Waller series is taking place between Peacemaker season 1 and season 2. So
Okay,
we know we're gonna get Peacemaker. And then Deviant saying here, he's saying, I meant Keaton is part of the Flashpoint timeline, while Affleck is part of the normal one. That's why I don't think. Oh, so you don't think they'll cross paths for those reasons? Okay.
I think by the end of the movie, everyone's going to be there with a
Yeah.
CGI green screen background of some nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then all of them will not be able to save the day. But here comes Flash. I can do it.
Deviant saying there's fan service, but unlike No Way Home, there's also an interesting director with ideas.
Oh man, but you can't hate on No Way Home. No Way Home, I said, this is the greatest Spider-Man movie I've ever seen.
Michael and Chill, bro. No, come on now.
I'm gonna stick with that, man. Look, man. Up until now, it had been Spider-Man 2 with Doc Ock. But No Way Home, I mean, just for the whole, it's got its corny parts, but you know, it's Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man was corny quite a few times, you know.
You know, it's so funny. I just had this conversation. I think it was on Saturday or Sunday, or it was over the weekend. Anyways, No Way Home had some really dope, you know, fan service, like just these geek out moments. You know, obviously like with Maguire and Garfield, but other than that, like the story was lacking. You know, I thought it was. I didn't think it was a great film. You know,
I mean, the story is out. It's a kid. It's a teenage kid who does dumb things because he's got superpowers. I mean, you know, he got Dr. Strange to cast this spell. You know, I mean, realistically, none of it actually makes sense. You know,
True.
I mean, but looking at some old comic books, like there was some old Avengers book where Spider-Man was, you know, before he could be an Avenger, where he like did something stupid, and they're like, "Well, you can't ever be an Avenger." I'm like, my 10-year-old, 9-year-old brain bought that, but as a dog, this makes no sense. The dude made one mistake, you gonna make he can't be an Avenger. All the stuff y'all done.
I'm telling you, man. Hey, but listen, what Deviant's saying, he does bring up a good point. I think where obviously there's definitely going to be fan service moments with this film. I think, and obviously it's just a trailer, but especially with the director attached, the creative team, I think it's going to be more than just fan service moments. And
saying that when look on screen, it's a fan service moment.
Well, yeah. Well, I think it's going to be more than that, though, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, like there's going to be a lot of connective tissue. And I think, I hope anyways, it's going to be a good comic book film. You know, and as much as Gunn has got to hype up the DCU, obviously he's you know the president or whatever now. I don't think he's going to say something like The Flash is one of the best comic book movies ever without this being like, you know, pretty fucking good, man. You know,
and I think so too, Serge. I mean, because I think I was watching some other show. They was like, Gunn didn't get excited about everything. He gets excited about certain things, and this is something he was excited about. Y'all gotta stop hating on No Way Home story.
But they ain't wrong. They ain't wrong. But
man, look. I just enjoyed it. I never would have thought I would see 3 live action Spider-Man in one movie. I just enjoyed it. That's it.
I'll probably agree with this one, Joe. It's this or Spider-Man 2.
Well, yeah, Into the Spider-Verse is different though. I mean, that's Oscar. That won an Academy Award. That's a whole different level of caliber.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it also features Miles Morales as the lead, so I'm always gonna rock with that too. So.
I'm gonna ask the audience and I'm gonna ask the panel here. What is the one thing? Because we know One Shot doesn't want to see bat nipples, Clooney bat nipples. But so what do you guys want to see? What do you guys want to see?
I guess I don't have an expectation of what I would want.
Okay.
Running, like I know, there's nothing I really want.
Okay.
For me, it's like in any sort of way, or like a small cameo or something. It's a kind of a mention to the Reverse Flash.
Ooh, that's good, Oscar. That's good, because I mean, especially the Reverse Flash has played out so well on the CW show.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a whole new level of respect for the rivalry between Thun and Barry Allen after watching that show all these years.
Yeah, I to me, Reverse Flash he's at the top. Like you're talking about top 5 DC villains. I think Reverse Flash has got to be in that conversation, man.
I mean, you're right, sir. The man went back in time and killed the hero's mother. Who does that?
That's cold.
That is cold.
That's cold. You know,
and Jeff Jones, the one who did that too. Mm-hmm. You know, I couldn't believe it when I read Flashpoint. I'm like, what?
This could play out just like that. There's a Flash wearing yellow, like a second Ezra Miller Flash wearing yellow. Yes,
really?
And that could be the Reverse Flash. Could be. I don't want Zod to be the main villain of this. It should be Reverse Flash.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. And for whatever reason, I feel like they're hiding that from us, you know. And it's funny that you say that, Chill, because you're gonna see the screeners coming up in just a second. But my initial thought when I saw that second Flash with the yellow hoodie, I said, "Hold on, are they gonna make him the Reverse Flash?" I said, "You know, it could be, man."
Saying you bagged it, I lie.
Hey, but listen, I want 5 hours. give me the 5-hour director cut. I'm not even playing. You know,
man, I made that Snyder cut. That Snyder cut is what, 4 hours long?
4 hours.
And I think I watched that in one sitting too.
How long was Avatar? Avatar was what, 3.5? I want to say something like that.
Yeah, it was a little bit over 3 hours.
Yeah, there you go.
I can't. I'm
go.
sorry, I can't do it. I can't.
Potential Reverse Flasher.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what I thought too. To be honest. That's what I thought too, man.
Yeah, people don't just wear yellow. That's not a thing.
No, nobody wears yellow. Nobody.
Interesting,
it's unheard of, man. It's unheard
got
of.
Me excited. Got me more excited now.
Frank saying Reverse Flash is a bastard. He's like the Joker who has the Speed Force. Yeah. He's a G though, man. He's a G. I dig him. Listen, while we have Oscar here, you know, we made mention of it yesterday, but because of all the technical difficulties. You know, it's funny, Joe, because you came on and then the technical difficulties started. What's going on, man?
The Rogers hookup. Me and Rogers.
Yeah.
Man, y'all got me tripping this Rogers thing in Canada.
Chill, for those who don't know, Chill's fellow mandem from the 6. So, you know, apparently, where were you from? Lee side? We're gonna figure it out.
Which ends I'm from?
Which ends you from?
You guys are lucky you know what city I'm in. I'm not giving that much info.
Okay.
Come on now.
Okay.
He's supposed to trap me down. You too.
You're in Alabama, aren't you?
I'm in Alabama.
Yeah. And Peru, and Oscar's from Peru, man. So
you're in Peru right now?
Yeah, I'm from Peru.
I don't have that many connections in Peru, but Alabama, I can track you down. Yeah.
So yesterday we teased it. I teased it on the socials, man. Listen, I'm excited to announce that the House of Nerd is expanding. We're opening up our website very, very soon, folks. You know, we're really trying to grow and you know, not just be a YouTube channel, but a straight up, you know, a nerd media outlet, man. So the website is coming soon, and this is you know, a full collaboration with my man Oscar. He's gonna be my co-editor on this joint, you know, my co-creator on this. We're super excited, and we're gunning for a early March launch for the webpage, and you know, we're excited because we're looking for people to join the team. You know, if you love comics, you've always wanted to write about comics, man, and I think what's important to us is that we're looking to bring a team together from voices who are perhaps, you know, marginalized or diverse backgrounds, man. I mean, look at the panel on here. This is what I want to see. And
A straight men all
no,
the
no, no.
time.
Hey. Don't put words in my mouth. But no, but I think a lot of times, we get a perspective from maybe one, kind of niche corner. But we want to welcome everybody. So I want to let us Oscar say a little bit about what we're trying to do here, man. A little bit more eloquently than me, perhaps.
Yeah. No, I'm really excited about this project. The idea was to expand. I have some experience writing reviews, and I know there are possibilities to interview creators. So I think that the next step for the House of Nerd was to create a site that kind of legitimized the page and everything. So there's also this possibility to, I love going to conventions, so I think there's this possibility to go as press and bring you guys all the coverage of what's happening, and having this possibility to communicate more frequently, not only once a week, but having these articles and talking about releases. I was talking to Sergio about they were on this lot of um, press coverage for a lot of indie publishers, but it's kind of hard to cover everything in the show, doing the videos and everything. So there was this possibility to start writing, to start interviewing creators in written form, which is easier, and it's also a little bit more massive for people that can't see the show or don't have the time. They can read. It's kind of easier.
You don't have to dress up. You don't have to be on camera. You could be on the toilet writing a little review. You could be, yeah.
Do you understand? I hate throwing out a shirt. I just like to walk around buck naked.
Yeah, that's too much information, sir.
Yeah, but no, but because listen, we get so much content coming in, from publishers and creators, indies and big two, all that stuff. So we can't we can't put everything out there through the channel. So here's another means, and some people, they don't like watching videos on YouTube. They wanna read an article or go to a website. So we're launching it, super duper excited, man. And like I said, an opportunity for folks who may want to join the team, to have access to advanced review copies, potentially review creators. You had a favorite creator you've been wanting to interview or just interact with, man. Here's an opportunity, man. So we're excited, and keep an eye on the socials. We're gonna put out more details very, very soon, and how you can actually it's up there. If you're interested, hit us up at houseofnerdshow@gmail.com. I've already had a few people hit me up saying like, yo, I'm down, like, let me, I wanna do something for the website. So I'm excited, man. This is
can I just say it now instead of sending an email? I'm interested, Oscar. I'm interested, Sergio. Is there a way I can do something here?
I'll say it.
Yeah, right. We're here right now.
That should be interested as well. I can forward this to some people. Like, hey,
listen, 𝐬𝐭𝐚𝐲, everybody, man, everybody. And that's the other thing. I mean, Oscar, like we said, like it's not gonna be like any kind of like with another outlet, an obligation to hit like whatever X amount of like do it as you can, man. And we're gonna go ahead, Oscar. Yeah.
No, yeah, I just wanted to say that, the idea with the site is to start working with the smaller indie publishers that I've been writing also reviews for another site, and I know how it works. So I see that there's a lot of coverage for some publishers, but there's less coverage for another, and they are putting some great books. So we wanted to expand on that, but also I'm starting to work as a full-time comic book writer. So I've been reaching out to many people over the internet, and I know there's a lot of people from different countries in the world that want to make it big in the scene, want to be more known. but they don't have this outlet. It's not easy for them to write. So we're not only aiming to write reviews or to talk about comic books, but also like lifestyle. And let's say that you're a fan from another country and want to write about your experience, want to write how you perceive the American scene. So this is a place for you to do it. And if you want to write a review, so I try to write my reviews in a personal way. So I would love to see how a person from another continent, another country with a different background writes reviews and how they perceive the American scene, because we're like part of the same, but there's a lot of different perspectives from how they see, how they feel about the products, what they like, what they don't like. So we want to echo on those voices and see how they are fans, how they are fans in their own ways.
Absolutely, man. And Oscar, you know what? Like you said, you do have a background, you do have a knowledge. You've been doing reviews for a minute now. So the experience is there. And you've already begun your career, as a comic creator. You published your first little comic there. I just dropped the link in the chats to Oscar's Substack just to give you guys an idea. I mean, Oscar, like I said, man, I'm not just pulling off somebody off the streets and be like, yo,
Oscar got his bona fides.
yeah, he's bona fide, man. I'm not just pulling off a rando off the street and saying, come create this with me, come be, co-editor, co-creator. So like excited, man, and hopefully we give an opportunity to voice to people with a voice from diverse backgrounds and join the team, man. Hit me up, DM me on the socials, email, whatever, man. Chill, you want to write about I don't know, man, you want to do
I want to write the poll questions. I want to be like, is Image still an indie? Yes or no? I want to hit you with something killing the children too harsh. Like I'll be that contributor. I'll do the Black Panther reviews.
That's it, man.
Awesome.
Y'all follow Chill. You know why he's out
33 burning questions, or I don't know, something crazy, man. Listen, 100%, man. So super excited, man. Yeah, Oscar, we're gunning for March, early March. Fingers crossed, man. Yeah, open to anybody who wants to contribute, and we got access to some pretty cool stuff for y'all. So yeah, I mean, was there anything else that wanted? Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, your first answer, Chill.
Image is not an indie, but it is though. It's not one of the big two,
Yeah, but have we surpassed the big two? Remember, well,
it's a big three.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not a big four.
Dark Horse. What about Dark Horse?
Dark Horse is there too, man.
You're called the Dark Horse. They're the Dark Horse.
Oh man.
Wow. So yeah, man, we're excited, man. All kinds of stuff coming, man. And then, also we're working on some other things with the channel, man. Really trying to grow this bad boy, man. House of Nerd International, baby. Maybe find some peeps over in Tokyo. Do a House of Nerd show from there. Why not? Chill. You know any peeps over in Japan?
No.
I know your show's big, man. You got viewers from all over. Come on now.
Yeah, I don't think I know any Japanese names though. No.
Okay. All right.
I'd ask my sister. She spent some time in Japan, so I'd ask her.
I don't know why I said Japan. Anywhere. UK mandem. I know we got lots of peeps in the UK, right? Yeah. So okay. Hey, Chill, where you from, man? What are you doing over at on your channel? Why don't you let the folks know before we wrap up, before we get out of here, man?
I'll talk about representation a whole lot. You guys should see that video that I did where I go for like 3 minutes of how all of these Disney characters where you think, oh, look, Will Smith is playing the genie. And hey, Halle Bailey, she's going to be the new Little Mermaid. Look at that. We've got these voice actors doing The Lion King, and it's Donald Glover and it's Beyonce. And I'm just talking about how it's temporary and they're really not on screen. And like they got Ahsoka, Rosario Dawson, good for her, but they paint her face. It just feels like every time you get somebody who's black or really anything else, there's already an exit strategy built in, and just how poor that is. That was the latest big video that I did.
Okay. When did that drop?
That was on like 2-3 days ago.
Oh, so okay. So folks, go check it out, man. No, I dig what you're doing, man. And listen, I keep it 100 you. Even if I don't always like 100, keep it like agreeing with you. Like at the end of the day, what I appreciate is you put thought and like a passion into this, man. Because we're not always gonna be like on that same wavelength.
Because specifically with this case, you're good with the 𝐬𝐭𝐚𝐲 in Wakanda Forever, right? You're happy about it, right?
Oh, it's dope, man. It's cool. I dig it.
Namor McKenzie will return to being white. You open a comic book this week's Black Panther. Namor McKenzie was a white dude all over again. If you want to see Namor, if you want to see a Latino superhero, the way to do it is to get like White Tiger or one of the ones that Marvel actually have that exist. Like Sunspot is from Brazil, yeah?
Yeah, Sunspot is Afro-Brazilian, yeah.
Yep.
So like, there's ways to do it, and just changing it for this movie, for this iteration, and we might get like 3 more movies with Namor, and then when the MCU is over and they reboot, they're gonna cast somebody white to be Namor. There's no attachment.
And I see your point with that. I definitely see your point with that. And we need to push more to independent characters too, because you got a whole bunch of milestone characters are sitting, nobody's using.
Yes,
they got to build an audience.
That's what James Gunn's got to do. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we talked about that. I think he's like James Gunn didn't push any of the milestone. James Gunn had people buying Supergirl, Man of Tomorrow, Woman. He didn't push any of the milestone books.
Yeah.
In Black History Month, and he could have easily.
Well, I think, and just real quick, I think we did touch on that too when they announced the whole DCU slate. Not enough, people from
no skin tone variety.
Yeah, right. So, I mean, hopefully we see something a little bit more diverse, man. Because
hey, but Sergio, you got your Blue Beetle coming out, and I think Blue Beetle.
I'm hyped.
Yeah. This may beat your models, Chill, because I think every Blue Beetle comic I see now does feature Jaime Reyes. I mean, they may effectively get phased out Ted Cord. Except for older.
There was a Blue and Gold series last year.
Mm-hmm.
Blue with the original Ted Cord, yeah. Oh, so this guy does keep up on his comics, eh? Okay.
I go to the same store that sells DC, so I'm gonna see the covers. Yeah.
Oh, what's your LCS?
Yeah, what's my LCS? Yeah.
What's your LCS?
It's a cyber. What's it called? Never
mind. Okay. Jeez. Hey, listen, man. I appreciate you guys coming through. And hold on, I didn't see that. Hope the Mr. Terrific teas will come to fruition.
On Twitter. He posted an image of Mr. Terrific, the black one.
I thought he was gonna do strange adventures. Mr. Terrific.
Gunn teased that.
Yeah, he teased it a while ago, but he didn't make an announcement about it.
Oh, that would be sick.
Now, and don't forget, he did say that this is my chapter 1 so far. So maybe like at the next convention, he'll be saving that one to say Mr. Terrific, and the audience goes crazy. You never know.
Are they gonna do Fandom again, or is that just kind of gone now?
I hope not.
I don't think they're repeating that. Yeah, I think that was like for those 1 or 2 years that they did it, but yeah, I feel like they're really taking things in a new direction, not including the Black Adam. So there wasn't a change in the hierarchy of power did not change. Oh man, but that's a whole nother discussion, man. Besides the Flash, which obviously a lot of folks are hype, I'm dummy hype. I'm looking forward to what the DCU has slate, what's coming, man, and then hopefully they're bringing in more people of color. Give me those Latinos, give me those blacks, everything, man. Asian, man, whatever, bro. You know what I mean?
So yeah, we had that conversation. I think for Asian and DC. I think I could only say the second Dr. Light and Ryan, the second Adam. The only two I can think of.
Ryan Choi would be dope.
They're the only two I could think of, and maybe some more I'm missing.
Yep. Yeah, it'd be cool. Thank you, gentlemen. Chill, Marklin, Oscar, for coming on. For those folks who are still with us watching, I appreciate it tuning in on this special edition. What did I say it was? What number we at, Marklin? There we go. Thank you.
96 and a half.
96 and a half, baby. 96 and a half. On the road to 100 begins. The road to 100 begins, man. How many episodes you done now? You keep track? Oh, chill.
Nah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Almost 2 years, maybe.
Oh, same. Okay, so
like those weekly Saturdays,
yeah. That's dope, man. So thank you guys, and we're gonna be back on Sunday regular time, 11 a.m. Eastern. Keep your eyes peeled on the socials for our news regarding the website. Oscar, man, hey, let's get hype,
Yeah,
baby.
I'm excited. Yeah, I'm really excited about it.
Okay, here we go, folks. There's the outro. We out. Thanks for watching. Tune in on Sunday. Hit that like if you feel like it. If not, then I guess don't. I mean, you know.
Grip that like button.
Yeah,
He's a gripping.
All right, we out.